I still remember staring at my acceptance letter in disbelief. My hands trembled as I read those words over and over. We are pleased to offer you admission to our computer science program. San Francisco, 8,700 kilometers away from my tiny hometown in Argentina, was about to become my new home. I had $2,300 in savings, a suitcase full of dreams, and a terror so deep I couldn't sleep for days. You'll never make it in America, my uncle had told me at our family asado the week before I left. Engineering is for men. You should stay here, Mary Carlos from the pharmacy. I smiled politely, but inside I was screaming. That was 15 years ago. Today, I lead a team of 43 engineers at one of Silicon Valley's most influential tech companies. But my journey from the dusty streets of my Argentine pueblo to the glass towers of San Francisco wasn't a straight line. It was a maze of doubt, cultural shock, and moments when giving up seemed like the only option. My fascination with technology started when I was 8 years old. Papa brought home our first computer, a clunky beige machine that took up half my desk. While other girls in my town played with dolls, I spent hours figuring out how this magic box worked. Lucia spends too much time with that machine, my mother would complain to my father. She'll never find a husband this way. But Papa would wink at me and say, let her be. She sees things up in the stars that we don't. In school, I was always one of 2 or 3 girls in math and science classes. By high school, I was the only one. My teachers meant well, but their encouragement came with backhanded compliments. You're doing so well for a girl, or you think like a boy. I graduated top of my class, but the local university offered limited engineering programs. The good jobs were all in Buenos Aires, and even those paled compared to what I read about in American tech magazines I secretly collected. At night, I'd look up at the stars from our patio and imagine myself walking among the tech giants of Silicon Valley. It seemed as impossible as touching those stars, but I couldn't stop dreaming. The scholarship offer came after I'd spent 3 years working at a local internet cafe, teaching myself programming languages from borrowed textbooks and patchy YouTube tutorials. I applied to 15 American universities, expecting rejection from all of them. When the acceptance and partial scholarship came from San Francisco, my parents were simultaneously proud and terrified. How will you live there alone? Mama cried. America is dangerous. The people are cold. Papa was quieter. He sold his beloved vintage motorcycle to add $1,500 to my savings. This is your chance, he said, pressing the money into my hand. Don't come back until you've caught one of those stars. Landing at San Francisco International Airport, I clutched my 2 suitcases and tried to ignore the panic rising in my chest. My English was academic, good for reading textbooks but terrible for understanding the rapid-fire slang of native speakers. The city was enormous, loud, and completely overwhelming. My first apartment was a shared room in a house with 5 other international students. The rent took 70% of my monthly budget. I slept on a mattress on the floor and ate rice and beans for weeks at a time. Every night, I called my parents using cheap phone cards, putting on a brave voice while sitting in the communal bathroom, the only place with privacy. Everything is amazing, I'd tell them. The university is beautiful. My roommates are nice. I didn't mention the professor who asked if computers in Argentina still ran on DOS, or the group projects where male classmates talked over me, or the nights I cried myself to sleep. 4 years later, armed with my degree, I faced a new challenge, breaking into the industry. At job fairs, recruiters would glance at my resume and ask, "Do you need visa sponsorship?" When I said yes, many simply handed back my resume. My first job was at a small startup paying $15,000 less than what my male American classmates received. I took it anyway, grateful for the opportunity and the visa. My desk was in a corner, away from the main engineering team. For months, I was assigned basic QA tasks despite my qualifications for development work. During one product meeting, I suggested an algorithmic improvement that could speed up our main feature. The room fell silent. Then our CTO said, "That's actually a good idea. Where did you learn about that approach?" "My thesis was on algorithmic efficiency," I explained. The next day, I was moved to the development team. This pattern repeated throughout my early career. I had to be twice as prepared, twice as precise, and twice as persistent as my male colleagues. I learned to speak louder in meetings. I practiced assertive phrases in front of my bathroom mirror. I stopped apologizing before sharing ideas. A senior engineer once pulled me aside after I'd been passed over for promotion again. "Your code is better than half the senior team," he said. "But no one sees you. You need to make them see you." He became my first real mentor, encouraging me to present at team meetings, contribute to open source projects, and apply for speaking slots at conferences. Each time I wanted to retreat back into my shell, his words pushed me forward. "Make them see you." My breakthrough came 5 years into my career when I presented at a major tech conference. I spent weeks preparing, rehearsing in front of my apartment window so I could see my reflection. My topic was a new approach to database optimization, something I developed after countless late nights experimenting with code. The room was packed, mainly with men. My hands shook as I connected my laptop to the projector. The first slide appeared, and I began speaking, my accent still noticeable despite years in the States. 10 minutes in, something shifted. People were taking notes. Questions came rapid fire during the Q&A, not skeptical questions, but genuine interest in my methodology. Afterward, a line of engineers waited to exchange contact information. One woman, one of few in the audience, hugged me. "I've never seen a Latina present at this level before," she whispered. "My daughter wants to code. Can I take a picture with you to show her?" That night I called Papa. "I think I caught one of those stars," I told him. As I climbed into leadership positions, I noticed the persistent lack of diversity in engineering teams. In meetings of 20 engineers, I might be the only woman. At conferences with hundreds of attendees, I could count the Latinx participants on one hand. I started volunteering at weekend coding camps for girls from underrepresented backgrounds. Many were daughters of immigrants like me. Some spoke English as a second language. All of them faced the doubt I'd once faced. "My brother says girls can't be good at coding," a 12-year-old told me during one session. I showed her how to build her first web page. When her face lit up seeing her creation online, I recognized my own childhood joy. "Your brother is wrong," I told her. "And you're going to prove it." I created a mentorship program at my company, pairing new engineers from diverse backgrounds with experienced team members. I pushed for recruitment at a broader range of universities, not just the elite schools. I advocated for English language classes as a company benefit. Last year, my team reached gender parity for the first time. Our retention rates improved. Our solutions became more innovative as different perspectives shaped our approach to problems. Today, as I walk through San Francisco's financial district to my office, I sometimes stop and look up at the glass towers reflecting the blue California sky. I think about that girl from a small Argentine town who dreamed impossible dreams. The challenges haven't disappeared. I still encounter bias. I still sometimes doubt myself. The difference is I now know these are obstacles, not roadblocks. My team recently shipped a product feature that will be used by millions of people worldwide. During our celebration, a junior engineer from Mexico approached me. "When I was interviewing, seeing you as the team lead made me think I could belong here too," she said. Those words meant more than any promotion or bonus. Last month, I took my parents to visit Silicon Valley. Papa is older now, his hair gray, but his eyes still light up with curiosity. We toured my company's campus, and I watched his face as he saw my name on an office door, as employees greeted me with respect, as he realized his daughter had actually done it. I always knew you would reach those stars, he said quietly. I shook my head. The stars were always inside me, Papa. You just helped me see them. If you're reading this and feeling like an outsider looking in, whether in tech or any field where you don't see people like yourself, know that your unique perspective is exactly what makes your contribution valuable. The path won't be easy. You'll question yourself countless times. But the door is there, and with each person who pushes through, it opens wider.